This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
It's Oh Behave with Arden Moore, the show that teaches you how to have harmony in the household with your pets. Join Arden as she travels coast to coast to help millions better understand why cats and dogs do what they do. Get the latest scoop on famous faces, their perfectly pampered pets, and who's walking who in Rin Tin Tinseltown. From famous pet experts and best-selling authors to television and movie stars, you'll get the latest buzz from wagging tongues and tails, garner great pet tips, and have a doggone fur-flying fun time. So get ready for the pause and applause as we unleash your Oh Behave host, America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore.
Welcome to the Oh Behave Show on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Arden Moore. On Thanksgiving Day, quarterbacks won't be the only ones barking signals. From noon until 2 p.m., the best dogs representing more than 180 breeds will vie for top honors in the National Dog Show, presented by Purina and NBC. The show is hosted by the Kennel Club of Philadelphia, and it's regarded as one of the top, as in top dog, Animal Kennel Club sanctioned dog shows on the planet. And guess what, listeners? We're doggone lucky because we have as our special guests today two people from this whom I consider to be the dynamic duo of the dog world. Once again, they will be co-hosting the National Dog Show on Thanksgiving Day. Let's give a big pause and applause to David Fry and John O'Hurley. Hey guys, welcome to the show.
Well, how are you? Nice to be with you.
All right, this is great. We haven't chatted on the radio for a few years, so I'm glad to be able to catch up with you both. And listeners, David and John will give you a sneak peek at what to expect at this upcoming National Dog Show, plus unleash details on how you can win $500 or a trip to the 2018 National Dog Show in Philadelphia. All this and more after we take this quick commercial break. So sit and stay. We'll be right back.
Time for a pause. 4 furry ones, actually. Sit and stay. Oh Behave will be right back.
It's DesignerPetSweaters.com. Hand-knitted designer sweaters for your precious pup or cool cat. Beautiful couture patterns for your pets, including custom-knitted formal wear, casual wear, yachting, and even sports-themed. Many designer pet sweaters include feathered tammy hats, top hats, and a lot of sparkle. Each sweater includes leg loops, front paw sleeves, and leash opening. Visit DesignerPetSweaters.com to order your 4-legged fashions today. Your pets will stay warm for the winter and be runway ready. Large or small, we fit them all. DesignerPetSweaters.com.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com. Oh Behave is back with more tail-wagging ways to achieve harmony in the household with your pets. Now back to your fetching host, America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore.
Welcome back to the Oh Behave Show on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Arden Moore. I love Thanksgiving. I love the food, but beyond the turkey, cranberries, stuffing, and pie, Thanksgiving Day is a triple treat. You get to kick off the morning with the Macy's Day Parade, spend the afternoon rooting for your favorite football team, and sandwiched in between the parade and the games is my favorite must-see on TV, the National Dog Show, presented by Purina. More than 22 million viewers are expected to watch the show, which will be once again hosted by David Fry and John O'Hurley. Now, you guys know these folks. David, I think he puts the capital D in all things dog. He's a canine expert, breeder, owner, handler, and judge of purebred dogs. He's created a therapy dog program, and he's pretty awesome as a television commentator. John O'Hurley, of course, you know him as his role as Jay Peterman on Seinfeld, but don't typecast this guy. He's been a game show host, a best-selling author, and he has a new movie out called Swing Away. Whew. Guys, we could spend just the entire show, this episode, listing your resumes, David and John, but we need to dig in.
No. Let's do that.
You want to do that? Okay. Take it away, John. This is a special extended version of the Oh Behave Show, and we're going to be up like a filibuster. How's that? But let's start first with you, David. I love the slogan. It's called Dogs Until 2 p.m. Just explain what you mean by that.
Well, I think a lot of us have grown up. I grew up in a football family. I know that Thanksgiving is a time for football, we've managed to find a great time slot and a great program for the family on Thanksgiving Day. And it may overlap into some football games every once in a while. So we want people who want to see the dog show to hold on to that remote and join with us as we say dogs until 2. And then we'll turn over the remote and you can watch whatever you want. We think we've got a great alternative to that. And it's proven to be through the years. We've got millions of viewers. I think well over 20 million viewers last year. So
That's
we know
excellent.
we're doing the right thing. We're having a great time with it too.
Yeah, and just quickly, because from one ex-sports writer to another, you had quite a background. I think you've got a ring, a Super Bowl ring, but it wasn't for tackling a quarterback.
Well, no, thank God. I was a PR guy for the Denver Broncos back the very first year they went to the Super Bowl. But I always thought my career path was lined with AstroTurf. But now instead I find it's lined with dogs and fire hydrants and lots of other great things.
It could have been litter boxes, so no worries, right?
I'm taking the right path, the right
That's
course.
right. And John, I mean, obviously you're great as an actor, and you have that, that velvet smooth voice. I know you do some voiceovers and things like that, but you dig dogs too.
I have ever since I've been 4 years old. I've had a dog in my life. I can't remember a time that I haven't had one. And as I've said many times, and I wrote in my first book, I'm a better person with a dog in my lap.
And
But
let's name your book.
I echo it. Well, I have several books out. The first one I wrote was called It's Okay to Miss the Bed on the First Jump, and the other life lessons I've learned from my dogs. I love long titles, as you can tell. The second one was It's Before Your Dog Can Eat Your Homework, First You Have to Do It. And then I wrote a children's book that was kind of a Dr. Seuss-style poem that I wrote to my son about the notion of the perfect dog. And that's what it's called, The Perfect Dog, but it ends with the phrase, the dog that is perfect is the one next to you.
Well, that sounds great. I love that. And how did you two meet? How did you guys get together?
Well, they kind of slapped us together. They put this together, really. They really put this together inside of 48 hours. John Miller, who at the time was head of sports programming for NBC, went home one weekend with the wonderful film, Christopher Guest film, Best in Show, that wonderful parody on the Westminster show there. Laughed his way through it all weekend, came in Monday morning and said to the morning meeting, I know what we're going to do with that 2-hour slot on Thanksgiving Day. We're going to do a dog show. And they about laughed him out of the office. But that afternoon, he'd secured the rights from the Kennel Club of Philadelphia. He'd secured Purina as a sponsor, and they called me on Tuesday morning, and I answered the phone in L.A., and I said, hello, and he said, woof, woof, and that's how it started. And he said, you're going to be on there with David. So we really met at the first showing.
And you guys, aside to this, you also co-host the Beverly Hills Dog Show, which is right on your backyard, right, John?
That's exactly right. Yes. Well, no good deed goes unpunished. We have a great show in Beverly Hills, and it's a growing, evolving show, and it's been a lot of fun to put that together. And David and I have been a little bit more hands-on, and David especially, in kind of crafting that show. But it's been a lot of fun, and I echo what David said earlier, that, the wonderful and special thing about the National Dog Show is that it's for everybody. Whether you're 4 or you're 94, there's something there for you. And every time the camera zeroes in on the face of a little dog, it's just some of the most compelling television you can see.
Well, I have to tell you, my 93-year-old best BFF is Flo from Oceanside, California, when she is going to be watching this show with her dogs, Tiny and Taylor, who are mini schnauzers. So you do break the age barrier with this show, guys.
One of the fun things that we have every year are over social media. People will send in photos of their dogs watching the show intently.
Oh,
and,
nice.
It's funny that some dogs either pick up the images on television and some don't. But it's hysterical to see some dogs barking at the TV or just sitting there intently watching the show right in front.
Guys, Pet Life Radio's involved with you, too. And our usually very shy Wizard of Paws executive producer, Mark Winter, who's recording us right now. Mark, you have to get on the air. Tell us how Pet Life Radio is trying to help out the National Dog Show this year.
Oh, you're putting me on the air?
I am, because you have a nice voice, too.
Okay, well, Pet Life Radio partnered with the National Dog Show to create the Dogs Until 2 meme contest. And what you can do is create a meme using pictures of your dogs at home and funny sayings, and you upload them to our Facebook page, and the top 10 finalists will be chosen by David Fry and John O'Hurley. And out of the top 10, Pet Life Radio will pick the grand prize winner, and that winner is going to receive a free trip, airfare and hotel to the 2018 National Dog Show in Philadelphia, or a $500 prize. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and everybody should enter. You want to take it from here and tell them?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, David. David, you want to say how they can do this?
Well, they can go to your website and find the links to it, or they can also go to visiongroupPR.tumblr.com and find out how to enter it. But the idea is you put a cute picture of your dog with a witty little caption on it and help us pass the word about Dogs Until 2 that, you use the line already, but, quarterbacks aren't the only ones that know how to bark signals and things like that we have great fun with it, that, our dogs do great and funny things, and it's fun to see them in action. It's fun to share it with people, and it's, in our case, it will help make sure that people know about the dog show on television and have a good reason to watch it.
No, I think it's great. It's just easy, folks. Go to PetLifeRadio.com and look for the contest. It's called Dogs Until 2. So, David, are you still in New York on the Upper East Side?
No, I've transferred to 2,987 miles away with my two dogs driving cross country. I'm living in Cannon Beach, Oregon now. So thanks to NBC, I can live anywhere. And this is where we came. My wife works for Providence Seaside Hospital, which is just up the road. So that's what drove our move. And I'm working from home with my two dogs watching my every move.
And give a shout out, please, to your dogs.
I will do that. Hello, girls from Arden. Arden, you met the dogs in my office that day.
That's
I
right.
believe.
That's right. Now, I just want to make sure you've got a Brittany and named?
My Brittany Grace and my Cavalier named Angel. They're both active therapy dogs still visiting the hospital here in Seaside.
That's nice. And tell us the name of your therapy group.
Called Angel on a Leash, that we've toned it down a little bit, but it's mostly local now. And the dogs are recruiting other teams. We were the first two dogs in the hospital, and we've now got 10 teams in less than a year that are involved with visiting people and doing great things for people in need.
Well, that's good. I have a therapy dog, Kona. He's I think a Jack Russell Terrier, might have met a Whippet and fell in love. But the broken coat, I guess, because it's like the Whoopi Goldberg kind of coat. This is why I'm not on sharing the mic with you two, because I would probably get killed by trying to describe the right type of breed. But her nickname is Ice Cream Kona because she's very nice Kona.
We love happy endings.
She's good. So you guys are kind of like dogs-in-law or something. I mean, I know you're sharing the mic for a long time, but John, he's closer to you now. Is that good or bad? He's on the same coast.
Well, I know you wouldn't think that a coast could contain us, but that we're able to function quite well on one coast together. But
what's your dog?
David and I, over the 16 years, have developed quite a friendship, and I treasure that friendship as well as the partnership there on the air. Yes, my dogs. Well, I have the cousin to David's Cavalier King Charles, little Sadie Mae.
Nice.
She's not really show material. She has a bit of an underbite, so we have not broken that to her, but she has a bit of an underbite. But then we also have a little Havanese, which we love too. I love that breed. It's I talk about it often because I think it's a very wonderful family dog. It has a lot of very positive little boxes you can check off when you're looking for just a great family dog. In addition to that, this year we have a brand new animal in the O'Hurley household. We have a rescue dog that I was lucky enough to come in contact with when I was opening the St. Louis Humane Society out in the middle of the country there, and doing the keynote there. I happened to have a little dog in my arms, and that dog snuggled her way inside my jacket by the end of my speech and my remarks, and my last words were, "Would you like to come to Beverly Hills?" And so I brought that little puppy home, and it's been it's changed the energy in our household. It's been wonderful.
So the Havanese is named what, and who's this smart, savvy rescue?
The Havanese is Lucy.
Okay.
She goes along with Sadie Mae there, and our new little addition is Charlotte.
Oh, nice.
And Charlotte is a little terror. She's part terrier, part Pomeranian, part pug. It was kind of like the ship was coming in that day. But she's got quite a few breeds in there, but she is as sweet as can be, and she has changed the energy level in the lives of the other two dogs that are now she's sharing the house with.
And listen to your voice. As soon as you mentioned your dogs, John, there was a joy just bursting out.
Oh, well, she is she's been a wonderful, wonderful addition. Very unique little animal. Everybody seems to love her, and when she takes her walk every day, her extra long walk in Beverly Hills, everybody stops to talk to her.
Well, I think she's that special breed called the canine cocktail. Wouldn't you call that, David? Is that the new breed?
That's exactly right.
That does sound good. You know, John has become very much a dog person through the years, and he talked about, mentioned our 16 years together, and now that we're working together on the Beverly Hills Show too, it's more of an opportunity for us to have even more time together. But he really does know his dogs now. He's worked hard. He's not just an actor or an entertainer. He's a dog guy. He really knows what he's talking about. His heart is in the right place. He loves his dogs. He loves all the dogs, and I'm thrilled to have him as my partner. We have such a great time doing the show, and as he said, we've become close personally through the years, and he's been a special part of my life for a long time, and we hope we can keep that going for many more years.
No reason to see it end.
We're going to find out more about this love fest between these two guys that dig dogs, but we got to pay for the show, so everybody just sit and stay. We'll be right back.
Time for a walk on the red carpet, of course. Oh Behave will be back in a flash right after these messages.
Molly, here's your dinner. Zeus, that's not your food.
Don't let that happen to your precious cat. Elevate your cat's eating experience with the Cat Tree Tray. The Cat Tree Tray keeps your cat's food off the floor and conveniently located on the cat tree. It's the perfect way to eat. It's a beautiful wrought iron tray that easily attaches to your cat tree and keeps dogs and other critters out of your cat's dish. A must for multi-pet households. There's a 6-inch tray for large bowls and a 4-inch tray for smaller bowls. Purchase your Cat Tree Tray today. Go right now to cattreetray.com. That's cattreetray.com. CATTREETRAY.com.
We wear fur, and we're damn proud of it.
What?
And our 4 legs.
And our tail. And we go to the bathroom outside.
Well, we may not be too proud of that. Sniff around. Then mark your spot right here. Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets. Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets.
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Hi, this is Tim Conway, and this is my favorite program that you're listening to and I'm listening to right now. Arden is one of my favorites, and I never miss the show. I haven't seen it yet, but I never miss it.
We're back from the lot. Just checked the paper and we had a record showing at the box. The letterbox, that is. Now back to Oh Behave. Here's Arden.
Welcome back to the Oh Behave show on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Arden Moore. I love these guys. We're talking about David Fry and John O'Hurley. They are accomplished in many, many ways, but their lives have been blessed because of all the dogs in their lives. And you guys are dog champions. That's kind of a cool moniker, don't you think? What do you think, John?
There's nothing wrong with that. You know, I'll tell you, because the people who love dogs, I find, are easier people to get along with. And I'll go the other way and say the people who don't like dogs, I find to be very brittle. So there's something about that. You can divide the world very easily into those two characteristics.
Well, dogs make us humble. We are following behind them, being their poopologist, you know.
My dogs are in charge here and on the road.
I know, John.
That's a new one for me.
They're poopologist. Yes, I am an expert on all the 3 Ps: pee, poop, and puke. I give talks all over the place, and I love talking about pee, poop, and puke. But we're not here to talk about the 3 Ps. We're here to talk about the National Dog Show. So give us the specifics. I know it says dogs until 2, but we got to hammer it home. When, what time, and you guys have solved the mystery of the time zone.
It's on at noon in every time zone. So tune in and watch us right before the turkey comes out of the oven and have a great time with us.
And right after the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. In fact, it moves seamlessly right into the dog show.
And for this year, we're happy, as in Pet Life Radio, because we're helping you with the contest in which you can win a $500 cash prize or a trip to the 2018 National Dog Show in Philadelphia. And just go to PetLifeRadio.com/ real easy, guys, dogs until 2. We are very honored, John and David, to be helping you promote this great, great show. You know, we dig dogs.
Well, I think using these memes are going to be a great way to, I think it's going to be a lot of fun for people to do, and I think it's a great little educational element as well.
Well, I'm looking at a meme right now that shows, of course, a terrier, and the caption is, as he's looking around, he says, "If you think I'm getting that ball, you have another thing coming." I'll wait here and you go get it. You threw it.
Yeah, well, you also have something on your one about something like what dogs are faster than wide receivers. I can't remember. I'm sure it's a greyhound.
Right.
Oh, it's a greyhound.
Than wide receivers.
Yeah. Take that, you all-pro NFLs. With all this, though, you said earlier, David, that John has become an expert on dogs. So let's have a little fun. You want to challenge him with a question or two? Put you on the spot, John. Be kind. He's your bud. Let's see how he does. Name something.
John always likes this breed. He talks about it a lot, but it's a dog that's from Ireland and is a sporting breed and has a beautiful mahogany red coat. Looks great in the field. John, for $50?
For $50, sorry. Who is the Irish setter?
That's right. I need your answer in the form of a question.
Oh, okay.
Who is the Irish setter? Yes, I love the Irish setter because it's my favorite show dog. And I say this, it's not necessarily a dog that would fit my lifestyle, but as a pet owner, but it certainly is, I think, so breathtaking when it comes into the ring and that beautiful cut of hair the mane just flows back and forth. The head is held very erect, and it comes in at a gait that is just so compelling. And as I always say, it looks like the beautiful redhead that just walked into the cocktail party. All the heads turn. And
I think it automatically gives you background music, like the Baywatch folks coming down the beach or something, don't you think?
Right. Well, it looks that auburn hair against the blue rug looks absolutely perfect.
Well done. Well done. Now, your turn, John. Do you have a question to pose of Mr. David? I know he knows dogs, but here's your chance.
Yes, well, here's a good one, and I'm going to catch him by surprise. And you, Dave, you have a right to slap me if this one's too tough. But we every year we introduce a new breed that has been accepted by the AKC, and sometimes 2, 3, as many as 5 we've done. This year, one new breed has been accepted by the AKC, and it's a Dutch Spaniel, but it has one of the most difficult names to pronounce. I still haven't got my lips around it yet. So I'm going to say, David, what is the name of this new breed?
I've been practicing this for quite some time, but it is the Nederlandse Kooikerhondje.
Wait a minute, I just cleared my throat. I thought xylophone and I thought there were bigger words. Can you spell the breed?
It's falling into the naming category along with the Xolo, it's Squintley. It is the Nederlandse Kooikerhondje.
Oh, say it one more. Say it together, gentlemen. Let's give you a count of 3.
Oh, no, this is, listen, I still haven't gotten my lips around it, so
all right, one more time.
Listen, it fits right in with my family. It's a cute little orange and white dog that'll look right at home with a Brittany and a Blenheim Cavalier.
So say it one more time. I want to hear this cleanly and clearly. This is hilarious. Go for it.
The Nederlandse Kooikerhondje.
I just counted 8 syllables. 8 syllables. Is there a nickname for this dog?
I'm too busy. Well, a Quaker is probably the one you can get by with, but Nederlandse is, of course, for the Netherlands, for Holland, and Kooikerhondje is a Quaker hound. So they are a similar to the Nova Scotia duck tolling retriever, if you're counting syllables, in that they are also a tolling dog for ducks. So,
oh my gosh,
we're going to have fun with that breed. You'll get to see it on our show. And
how many breeds are actually now recognized, dog breeds, by the AKC? What's the total up to now?
I think the number is at 201, and the Kooikerhondje will make it 202. And they're still in the miscellaneous class, but they'll be entered at the dog show, and we will see it officially in April at the Kennel Club of Beverly Hills show. So.
I bet you will.
See it a couple of times. But it's a fun dog. Great little personality. We did the annual dog walk for charity that kicked off National Dog Show Month in Philadelphia last week, and we had a Kooikerhondje there as part of the parade. So it'll be fun for people to see.
Well, when you think about it, of all different species on the planet, there are more types of dogs, I think, than other, like cats are like 1/4 or 1/5 the number of breeds to dogs. I mean, it is so amazing. The breed itself, you could have dogs that you hold in your hand and dogs that probably could hold you in their paw, right, David?
We've got something for everybody,
Diversity.
And probably worldwide, there's something like 400 or so kind of recognized breeds. There are not enough of some of them in this country to get them all recognized yet. But, that's the whole idea behind purebred dogs is their predictability. You know what they're going to grow up to look like, what their temperament needs are going to be, their conditioning needs, and how big they're going to be and how they're going to fit in with your lifestyle. So that's one of the very important lessons that John and I work so hard to tell people about on the dog shows.
Well, and John, I know you're on TV, you're in the movies, and you were a game show host for a while. You've done a lot of different things, and you still find your way to help give back to All Good Things Canine. You mentioned St. Louis, so you kind of get invitations to beyond the two shows that you and David, you're in the dog world.
Indeed, I am. And actually, I also have my own show on Evine Television Network, the shopping channel there. I have an hour show called The Pet Shop with John O'Hurley, and it's interesting products around the world for to make the life of your pet and your life with your pet easier and healthier as well. So we have a great time with that, picking and choosing the great products that we find, and it's been very successful so far. We'll be premiering again and starting again in January.
Okay, and say again how people can tune in.
It's on the Evine Television Network there, one of the the home shopping networks, and it's called The Pet Shop with John O'Hurley.
I love that.
And if you look there on the listings, you'll see where it is. You go to
I'm tuning in. I'm tuning in with my credit card. How's that?
Well, we have some very interesting products. We have it's a lot of fun.
And also, you just have a new movie out, and it has nothing to do probably with the dogs, but it's called Swing Away, and you're starring with Shannon Elizabeth. Tell us a little bit about the character you're playing and what's going on, because that sounds like fun. I saw the trailer.
It's a wonderful, wonderful family film. It's a lot of fun, romantic, and at the same time, one of the most beautiful films I've ever done or ever seen, and I'll tell you why. We shot it at the Isle of Rhodes in Greece, and just the cinematography is breathtaking. You can't believe that there's water that is actually that color, and every frame of this is true. Every frame of it gives you the feeling that you're leafing through the pages of Condé Nast magazine. It's a gorgeous film, and it's a wonderful kind of film of redemption and renewal as well. It centers around the life of a LPGA professional golfer, a woman, and Shannon Elizabeth plays that role, and she goes through a bit of a mental breakdown on the last hole of a major tournament, ends up burying her putter in the green, and they suspend her for that. And so to get away from the media brouhaha, she returns to the Isle of Rhodes to her grandparents, and it just goes to kind of pull up the covers for a while. And in doing so, she kind of reestablishes herself with the way that she grew up there in the Isle of Rhodes, and she becomes the mentor for a 10-year-old girl and the champion for the town against a overzealous American developer, and that would be played by yours truly here. So it's kind of a really, I'm the fun villain in the piece.
I heard you channeled your inner Trump as far as Trump as a golf.
My inner Donald, yeah.
Yeah,
so
that's pretty cool.
I've known Donald for a long, long time, and not as the president, but as a very astute businessman. And so I kind of, when I constructed this character, I had a lot of fun with this whole idea of this kind of A-type personality with very little sensitivity for the local culture, and to the point where he wants to put a Club Med with a water park overlooking the Aegean Sea, which is about the last thing they need.
Well, I hope he tunes in and gives you 2 thumbs up on it, because it sounds like a great, inspiring...
It's a wonderful film. It's out in theaters, but it's also, at the same time, it's video on demand. You can go to Amazon and download it, iTunes, anywhere where you can download a film. Swing Away will be there.
I think you two should be in a movie sometime. I mean, it's been years since the spoof on dog shows. Do you guys ever kick around an idea of you two starring together in a movie?
There you go. We could do a parody of a cat show. That would be fun.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Our agents are waiting now for your call.
Well, before we say goodbye to David Fry and John O'Hurley, and again, I want you all to tune in on Thanksgiving Day, Dogs Until 2 on NBC, and please catch the National Dog Show. It's brought to you by Purina. And again, Pet Life Radio is involved. We're going to give you all the details on how you can win $500. That's a lot of kibble. Or a trip to the 2018 National Dog Show in Philadelphia. Just go to PetLifeRadio.com, Dogs Until 2, and see how you can enter. Guys, before you leave, what's the biggest lesson a dog has taught you? We'll start with you, John.
Well, I think the dogs live in the present moment. They don't have much of a memory. And they have no ownership of the past and no expectation in the future. Everything is right now. And that's kind of a nice way for humans to live as well, to live in the present moment, because that's where the beauty and the fascination of everything in this wonderful world that we live in is present.
Very well put. Oh, man, competition on, Mr. David.
That was beautiful, John.
I know. I was like, I have a tear coming down my cheek right now, John. Good job.
That's great. But see, this is what I'm telling you. He gets it. He walks the walk. He knows that. He's got 3 dogs.
including a rescue. I'm so proud of him. I'm glad that I was able to help make him a star and bring him into the dog world. You know, the things that appeal to me are the things that make our dogs great therapy dogs, and it led me to get so deeply involved with therapy dogs. It's the unconditional love that we talk about all the time, the fact that they're so spontaneous and accepting of everything that goes on in their world, and enthusiastic and always ready to go. John asked me one time on the air, I think, that said, wouldn't it be great if they could talk? And I said, no. First of all, they give away too many of my secrets. But mostly, I know what they would say. They would say, me too, because my dogs always want to be with me. Whether I'm walking into another room or going out or doing something, they always want to come with and be a part of the fun and the things that we do every day. So I think that's the thing that we can thank our dogs for, is for, letting us be the people on the other end of their leash. So I love my dogs, and they've brought me great things in my world, including John O'Hurley and everybody else that's involved with our dog shows and with the things that we do every day with the dogs.
Hey, everybody. You've been listening, of course, to David Fry and John O'Hurley. They are hosting the National Dog Show on Thanksgiving, Dogs Until 2. Check it out, and hopefully you can win our contest, too. That's being sponsored. Details are on PetLifeRadio.com. I also want to thank my producer, Mark Winter. He's the Wizard of Paws. He is the executive producer of not only this show, but a whole host of shows on Pet Life Radio. So check us out. And until next time, this is your flea-free host, Arden Moore, delivering just 2 words to all you 2, 3, and 4-leggers out there. Oh, behave.
Coast to coast and around the world, it's Oh Behave with Arden Moore. Find out why cats and dogs do the things they do, and get the latest buzz from wagging tongues and tails in Rin Tin Tinseltown. From famous pet experts and best-selling authors to television and movie stars, you'll get great tail-wagging pet tips and have a fur-flying fun time. All Behave with America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore. Every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.